Hi guys, I hope you're well. So I know not all of you are on Instagram or follow me on Instagram, but I just posted a little video of me playing a new amp to me. It's actually the oldest piece of equipment I've got. It's a 1964 Fender Vibroverb, which is possibly the rarest Fender amp around. It was only made for about a year and a half. The first 6 months or so of that, it was made as a brownface amp in 1963. And then there was a transition, and then it was made as a blackface amp for some time. They reckon about 600 of these amps were made, and this particular one was actually an export model that came over to the UK, so it's got all the correct power stuff. I don't have to fiddle around with that. I wanted to just make this little update video because I'm going to be doing a fair amount of content around this amp over the coming months. Being that it's a vintage blackface Fender amp, and I feel like blackface amps are the most talked about amps in many ways. And although I've got a reissue blackface Princeton, I really wanted to gauge what were these blackface amps like. You know, we often use the term blackface Fender amp to describe a certain sound. Well, I want to compare it to my 2-Rock amps, to the Tone King, to the reissue Princeton, to the Silverface Vibro Lux that I've got, to see what the difference is. And there's another main reason why I bought this amp. If you've never heard of the Vibroverb, this was actually what Stevie Ray Vaughan was quite famous for using before he moved on to Dumbles. He would often have 2 Vibroverbs and a super reverb. Now this is a 40 watt amp, and what makes it, I think, really cool is it's got a 15-inch speaker. Originally this could come with various different speakers. I think there were 3 options. Mine doesn't have the most coveted, I think, JBL speaker that you could get, but it does have the original speaker in there. It's 2 channels. There's a normal channel with no vibrato and reverb, and then there's a channel called vibrato, which has the reverb and the vibrato. Unlike the Princeton, which is a tube bias tremolo, this is an optically coupled tremolo, which is, I think, a less sophisticated type of vibrato. I think even more interestingly than anything else is that this was the first amp that Fender that came with reverb. I'm not 100% sure it was the first one that came with vibrato, but it may have been as well. So altogether, it's a piece of history that I had the chance to go and pick up yesterday. It was a long day, 12 hours there and back to where I got it from. It's not often that you see him come on the market, but my guitar teacher, he's a big fan. He's got a couple of these, and he saw it come up and recommended that if I was interested, this was a good one to get. It comes with the original foot switch, which I think is really cool. It's pretty much all original. It's got a replacement transformer in it, which is made by a company who specializes in making transformers that are like the originals. The reason it's got that is, over time, someone had modded the amp, which is really common with these. Because Stevie Ray Vaughan had them modded massively, they would put the transformer from a more powerful amp in to try and get less headroom out of this amp, to push it more. Now I'm going to make a video, another standalone video about this amp, going into a bit more detail and more playing. So I'm not going to tell you everything else or give you all the tones, but here's just a 1-minute clip of me playing it with a Strat guitar. The amp is on 10. I'm using an attenuator slightly. It's only taking off 3 decibels or maybe 6 decibels, something like that. And yeah, I thought you might be interested, if you're not on Instagram, to see what this is. And you can look forward to some more videos about it. So if you're interested in that, then go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Also, lastly, we're getting close to giving away the BB preamp. I've actually got the fresh one in the box here that will be given away. So if you're interested in that pedal, subscribe to the channel publicly, comment on a video, and when I hit 2,500 subs, I'll give that away. So yeah, if you like the look of this amp and you're interested in seeing more about it, give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And here's a clip of me playing.